So, I had not seen my daughter for a while, probably 3-4 weeks maybe. I hadn't heard a word from her. She didn't have a phone. I don't know how many phones I bought her and got to her. I couldn't tell you how many. It was a buttload of them. But she would either sell it, it would get stolen, or Charlie Manson would take control over the phone. So I had very little communication with her. She called me numerous times when she was on the streets. She would go into gas stations and restaurants and wherever she was walking at the time. And if they would let her use the phone, she would call me. A couple times she would call me crying and wanting me to come get her. But she would hang the phone up before she would disclose her location. And that just made me really sad, really sad. So I decided to start communicating with some of her friends that I knew that were down there in the rabbit hole with her, hoping to get a line on where she was. I befriended several of them, but the only thing that got me was taken deep within the rabbit hole myself. I found myself in numerous dangerous situations. One time, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and this friend of hers that I'd been talking with, trying to find out if he could locate her, he said he knew where she was. If I'd come get him, he would take me to her. So I did. Well, it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. I didn't have anybody to ride with me. And yeah, it was over in the ghetto. But I did it. I went. I didn't think about putting myself in danger at that time. All I could think about was rescuing my daughter. And anyway, I got there and picked him up, and he was telling me, giving me directions on how to get to this. It was, what kind of store was that? I can't remember. It was a liquor store. It was a liquor store. But, now this was 2 a.m. in the morning, mind you. The back of it was a bar. Anyway, before we got there, he told me where we were going, and somebody had seen her there, just recently, like an hour or so ago. So I start following his directions and driving that way, and damn if the little rabbit didn't hop out of my car while I was going with my purse. It was 2 a.m. I was in the ghetto, and my gas light was on. I was so afraid. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. So I drove to the first gas station I saw. I stopped, I went inside, and I talked to the man in charge there, and he let me use his phone, and I don't know how I remembered this number, but I did. And I called my gangster friend who lived not too far away, and he came and he rescued me. That could have turned out very badly for me, but I wasn't concerned about myself. I just wanted to get my daughter back. And that story is mild compared to some of the other ones I'll tell you.